welcome to the Swole Life.
The Swole Life. We're living
Swole,
the Swole
baby.
Life.
I'm Swole. Are you Swole, Gregorio?
Dude, I'm fucking swole everywhere. You know what's funny? Listen, if the guys who are watching this, I have an idea. The guys who make the Swole right now, you know, I look, I take them both, but the clean energy I like because I take it, you know, a little bit like around the day and shit. Now, let me tell you something. If you actually take this, which flavor is this? I can't see shit, but I'm not even sure what the flavor is, but it tastes. I took it by itself, the powder, right? And I'm going to tell you something. If you take this, Joe, it's like a pixie stick. You remember the pixie stick?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The fucking,
like if you, they should, I have an idea. You guys who make this, you should put it in like little like sticks, like a sleeve, and then like
shots.
Right, so somebody can fucking say, you know what? I don't even need water, whatever. You know, like I'm gonna go to the gym, pop it
to the
you
gym.
know, and it actually tastes like a candy. This tastes like, well, I'm backwards here. This tastes like candy. And it's a clean energy. It's clean energy. It's the, you know, it's different from the pre-workout. So I actually like the clean energy one. That's my favorite. Sorry.
You can have a favorite. This is the Swole Shred right here. All of their products are good. They're fucking.
I actually just took that.
I just took even the boxes are cool.
Right? Yeah, the box is really cool. You know?
But I got to admit though, I'm a big fan of Swole Chad. He looks like a 70s porn star. With that
he does, and they put they put that black shredded shit, so it looks like hair in the fucking box.
Yes,
hair in the box. Hair in the box. If you know what I mean.
Wait, hold on.
I got it.
People like, what are these guys talking about?
You know, that's look a hairy box. What's better than a hairy small box?
Oh, yeah, they got all of this good stuff. But yeah, definitely thank you to Lawrence and the boys at SwoleLyfe.com. Use your code. Save fucking money. Listen, if you want to spend more money, go ahead. But if I like to save money, so if I were you, of course, who wouldn't, right?
Dude, I'm telling you, you fucking guys that make this, put it in like little sleeves and sell. Like a guy can go to the gym. I'm bringing one of them sticks to the gym or wherever. Just even driving around. You need something pixie stick. It tastes like candy. This tastes like fucking candy, and there's no sugar in here. And
your measurement. Remember, I Love Lucy tastes just like candy. She's getting drunk on the cough syrup.
Lost it. I'm home.
Use code MSM15. Save 15% at SwoleLyfe.com, and of course, it's SWOLLYFE. And also, thank you for you guys who are coming in. Of course, there he is. Did you see they're appointing a new pope? Yes. With the smoke ritual. Who is the pope? I don't know who the top runners are. I know there was a black guy who they say is really conservative. He's like the Clarence Thomas of the Pontius.
Did you see the movie? Joe, did you see the fucking movie? They'll talk about woke ass Hollywood. Did you see the movie Conclave?
I never even heard of that movie.
What? It's Joe. It's got like fucking. It's loaded with movie stars.
It's about.
Yeah, it's a funny because it's about what's going on right now, right? And Joe, the whole fucking dude for you guys. I'm sure some of you guys saw. It's a top movie. It's got oh my god, I forgot all that. Everybody from John Lithgow to like a lot of fucking famous actors in it. There's like 10 famous actors in that movie.
I got to look it up.
Listen, the bad part of that shit. I don't want to fucking ruin it for you guys, but I'm gonna ruin it. All right. It's fucking woke because the Pope dies and they have a new Pope come in. And then there's this one fucking cardinal, right? And they're like, who's this fucking guy? He's like from Botswana somewhere, you know, like, and they're like, who even made him a fucking, how did you even become a cardinal? All the cardinals know each other. We don't know him, right? Yeah. So they find out that he was made by, what the hell? He was made a cardinal by the Pope privately. Like there's like a whole secret thing, right? And he was made a cardinal. And he winds up becoming this like really popular guy. And in the end of the movie, they make him a pope. He becomes the new pope, right? Now wait, Joe, you're not gonna like this. They get him. The fucking guy who the main star of the movie, Joe, what the hell's his name? I can't fucking believe I forgot his name. The very famous actor.
John Holmes.
No. Well, it could be John Holmes, because let me explain. You notice this very famous actor. But here's the problem, and you guys watching this, I'm going to tell you. the fucking guy that all of a sudden there's one. They have like a one cardinal that becomes like he's almost like the dean of the Cardinals. He's almost like the school, like and they all of a sudden at the end of the movie, he hears shit. He comes over and he tells the new pope, get in the fucking room. We got to talk right now. And he finds out the reason why nobody knew about this guy as a cardinal. They knew there was something about him that was fucked up, like dirt. Maybe he was fucking once a criminal or something. They find out it was actually Joe. Get ready, hold your fucking
girl.
It's a fucking female to male. The new pope becomes a female to male, and nobody knows it. And they decide there's a brand new movie, brand new. It's out right now, 2025. Okay. And they made it so that don't tell anybody, leave it the way it is because he's popular. Everybody likes him. They like the way he talked and all this shit. So now your new pope is really a woman that's a man. Isn't that fucked up? Is that Hollywood or what?
That's religious. That's blasphemous, Gregorio. Don't mix that, that stuff with religious, any religion, especially ours. Come on. We got problems. We don't need wars.
What's the only kind of meat a pope can eat on Friday? Popes don't eat meat. None. Get it? None. Fish. None. Fish. None.
Well, let me grab a couple of these comments. Yes. Of course, egregious bodybuilder is here with Cialtich. Mysterious UFO stories. I like that. Yo, Junkyard Guineas. What's up, brother?
There you go.
Mysterious UFO stories. It almost sounds similar to our theme of our next upcoming print magazine issue with the ghost.
I like that too. Well, I'm really into that.
No, we're not going to give anything away. You got to buy it to find it. Scared. Yes. You got to read it under the fucking things with the flashlight, like the kids with the tales from the crypt. We want Gregg as the new pope, but wait, that won't be allowed to follow Lucia anymore,
dude.
No. Well, you got to take the good with the bad. Would you become the new pope? You can't. You have to.
I'd become the poop. No, but here's the problem. I think that, look, I'm Catholic because that's the fucking team I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Hello? Right? That's the team my parents picked for me. We're Catholic and I believe in Jesus. I'm very religious. Look, I got, I'm spiritual. These are rosary beads. I wear them all the time. Okay. But I think the Pope's full of shit. Okay, and the last pope was so fucking woke. I mean, he was basically almost like supporting abortion and shit like that. I mean, he was right there with that shit. In the case of
I hope they have one that's in completely different. It's almost like a Biden-Trump switch.
Oh,
I hope they do that with the papals.
I hope so.
Let's hope so. Just starting to recover from the flu. Egregious. I had this shift for about 6 days. I kind of feel like a lift, but it probably won't go though. White till you feel better. The gym ain't going anywhere. Why go there and stay home, fucking rub one out? That's all. Not today. Not while you're watching us. That's a little weird. It was black smoke today, meaning no new. Oh, that's right. So when they have the white smoke, that means they made the decision, and they're gonna.
That's racist.
Yeah.
Why can't it be like just gray smoke, kind of half black, half white?
It's like when they waved that thing at the funeral zoo.
I got some great racist jokes, but I can't say them on here. Go ahead.
I have one. I only have one. You says balls on the Pope. That sounds almost like the opposite of what this movie, Wakanda in Rome. I'm just saying, one guy, I haven't seen any of the prospects, but this one guy, they were saying he was really, whoa, skin case. Be careful. This is YouTube. We got to be careful. 69%. Do they have to get like 75% like the Hall of Fame? Is that how it works? I don't even know. I have no idea. You know what they say, Greg, when a girl has her spiritual in a dating bio, I mean, she takes it up. You know what? It's code word. Yes, she's saying fucking the slash for marriage. That means that's why we used to go out with a lot of in my old neighborhood, the Jewish girls wanted to save her for marriage, so they gave great ball jobs. So we used to
there you go.
They used to hub on knobs, if you will.
You always try to slip it in the ass too. You're like, well, your ass is not really considered your vagina. If I take that ass, right?
Anywhere babies come out. That's it. Juggernauts. The Pope is really satanic. I don't know. I mean, the last guy wasn't satanic, but he wasn't what I would like.
I feel like Benedict was like, do you ever see his face? What Pope quits too? He quit.
Yeah, that's right. I
You know
forgot
what
about
took
that
on?
guy.
He,
Yeah.
he had this evil face like Satan, and they
I
said,
will not be seeking re-election from Florida.
he
Quoting
just quit, though.
LBJ,
What
the
Pope
man
just
who
quits?
changed the world. I shall not seek nor accept my party. What's up there, Tough Enougher? How you doing today? Hope you're
There
doing
you
well.
are.
I feel like I'm shrinking. I hate it. That's when you're sick. You just feel lousy all along. Don't worry.
Just take
Don't
an extra shot of test.
Yeah, that's all. Open-minded is another code word for that. Yes, I'm open-minded, which means I'm fucking
yes.
blind. Trollops. Yes, we are trollops. But Greg, I got a little bit of a surprise. We actually have a new sponsor. Now, Swole Lyfe is our title sponsor, hence Swole Lyfe presents Greg and Joe show.
Right.
But we have like regular sponsors that, like when you're watching, Paramount presents the Waltons or whatever.
The Waltons
Commercial.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night, John Boy. He's fucking hitting the fucking grandmother. You'll see a commercial, for Chevy presents the World Series, but you'll see a commercial for 7-Up or I don't know, Fresca or something. We have a paisan. Vince Garza, my friend Vince from Vince's Muscle Shop. Famous guy that's had a store in Columbus, Ohio. I see him at the Arnold every year. We get to see each other and BS a little bit. He is coming on board Greg and Joe show as a regular sponsor, and he has something that is right up our alley, and that's why I told him it's a great fit for him. Old Man Tune-Up, it's called.
Is it something? It's like you do some, up the ass. What do you call that shit?
Well, I guess you can use.
How about that? It's suppository pre-workout. You put it in, stick it up your ass. You fucking this way. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm actually trying to think of how much it's going to cost if I invent that. I'll just use them all myself. I'll never sell them. Old Man's Tune-Up, Greg. It's a nice big bottle. It will set the conditions for restoring and refurbishing yourself. The healthy diet, strength, and aerobic training is on you, though. It's not going to make it's like your fat Aunt Rita can't take a pill and not be
right.
Just the diet and exercise, right? But it will not. Bad news. It's not going to get back to what you had muscle and strength when you were 20. So there's no miracle on ice here, right? But it can get you a lot closer than you are right now without expensive and ongoing HRT, TRT. That shuts down your system. Even though we have TRT guys, if you have any little bit left naturally, that obviously shuts it down.
Sure.
But it will take a couple of weeks to get your natural test levels back to increase using the Old Man's Tune-Up. You're going to recover from strength training faster so you can train more often. With increasing weight, you can put dimes and nickels on this. I put the 2.5. That's the ones I use. You will also need more protein in your diet.
Of course.
Grow muscle. So you take the Old Man's Tune-Up. It's still the rest is on you. You got to train. You got to diet, right? Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, like Hulk Hogan said. It's got D-aspartic acid, DHEA. That's everybody knows that stuff. For your adrenal glands. Boron. It increases your free testosterone.
Right.
It lowers your estrogen. Hence, you want to lower your estrogen.
Yes, we do.
Citrulline and Cellflow 6. It increases nitric oxide.
We like that.
Need that. Creatine, retention of bone density and muscle. KSM 66, ashwagandha. Sounds almost like the Pope thing. It's going to reduce that testosterone blocking cortisol in your system. And then immunity boosters, antioxidants, elevate ATP. The list goes on and on. Go to vincesmuscleshop.com, a can of fruit punch. He sent me one a while ago, and he's sending more. So next week, hopefully, I'll have it where I can show it. $53. It's 30 servings, a delicious fruit punch flavor. But go to vincesmuscleshop.com, and he also has its own Old Man's Tune-Up Instagram page. So give them a follow. Check out their stuff. A new sponsor. We want to keep them on board, obviously. So I'm very happy to announce fellow Paisan is on board with us.
Leave it to my cousin Vinny.
My cousin Vinny. I want him. I want him.
I want him as my lawyer.
I want him.
A wonderful witness.
After you take the old man's tune-up, Vince is a fuck. You got to see this guy, bro. He picks up. He's got great videos on Instagram. He picks up like boulders, like cement, like fucking huge things, and carries them upstairs. He's fucking strong as a fucking ox, and he invented old man's tune-up. I believe he's 73.
Wow. Oh
he
shit,
great, he's
older than me. Fuck,
he's in good condition. He's in great shape, though. So we're very happy to have Vince on board, guys. Make sure you check out we got the I'll have the banner and the link when we put this on the website. The Auto Blow. No, I do got to reach out to the Auto Blow and see if they want to.
What the hell's the Auto Blow?
Auto Blow is kind of like a fleshlight.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, but it's. I guess I'm not thick enough, so it doesn't squeeze me enough, and I feel, because it takes your dick and it goes up and down.
Right, like my girlfriend's head.
Yeah,
my girlfriend's head is my Auto Blow.
My wife doesn't like doing that anymore.
See, my girlfriend can't stop doing it. She's a pig. But
tell her to call my wife and tell her it's a good stuff. Definitely not off the TRT, but I did have an accident last night. Was pinning, and one of my cane Corsos was hanging out with me. He bumped me, and I dropped the pin. The pin landed and stuck the dog. Your dog got juiced. Oh,
there you go. Those are big ass dogs.
Did it get fucking hurt? Hopefully let me see. He's got pin was sticking out like a fucking lawn dog. He was just still like, bro, you gonna load me up or what? Good for him. That dog's a fucking champ.
That dog's jacked.
That dog is jacked. But that's funny. You're fucking pinning, your dog bumps into you and it falls. Oh, you ever go to fucking pin and the thing isn't screwed in? Tight?
Yes, a lot. Joe, you know what I used to do?
And then it just plop, puts fucking, you're like, oh no, you're just fucking.
Did you ever? I used to fuck like an idiot back in the day, reuse the needles, right? So sometimes I've actually had the needle break off where I actually take pliers and pull it out. Did you ever have that?
An insulin needle break off in my fucking belly one time when I was using a peptide.
That's a motherfucker.
It was so, they're like, can barely see them.
Yeah, those are thin and small. I had a big ass fucking dart.
The big one's worse.
Yeah, I used to use 20 gauge, man. That thing broke off because I kept using it like an idiot. And meanwhile, I was selling them.
Dude, I do the same thing. It's laziness. It's just being lazy. I don't feel like reaching into the box. I don't know. And then
back in the day, but
this was yesterday. The dog is 180 pounds. He don't need no juice. Balls look like two potatoes.
Dude, you should fucking just suck out some of the blood of the dog and shoot it in you, maybe. If he's 180 pounds.
You know who was one of the first juice monkeys in the history of mankind? Was am I going to get in trouble for saying the leader of Germany's name during World War II? I think it might be flagged. But he had a private doctor that shot him up with all sorts of crazy shit.
Yes.
Methamphetamine being one of them. And what he did was the doctor used to extract testicular fluid from, like, I guess German shepherds, like vicious dogs. And he used to give it to him and also the soldiers on the front line to make them more aggressive.
Well, yeah. I mean,
they roid raged.
He used to
imagine him roid raging.
What
is this shit? I'm a vegetarian.
Smacking a fucking thing.
Like in the Downfall movie.
But you know what's funny? He fucking
China.
But he was taking. They had a whole cocktail for him. He also had some sort of like Parkinson's. You ever see? He actually shook and stuff.
Yeah, that last video. I think it was his right hand.
Yeah, he was starting to like shake. He demanded those cocktails. It was like Michael Jackson's doctor. He just here you go. I guess Ava Braun was happy. He used to fucking put his hand under her fucking skirt. He was playing up. Not for nothing. She was pretty cute. I don't remember what she looked like. But
that thing in the eagle's nest.
When they were out in the fucking in the Alps or whatever, he had that fucking porch where they were always. I don't remember looking at her like that, but maybe.
And she's in the beach with like a bikini.
But do you believe that those people still were like alive, like they survived that shit? Because like you watch Joe Rogan and his guys who swore they did the hunting.
Guy's great. You ever watch that show, Hunting Hitler? I lost my show.
I think I could be wrong. I can't remember. I thought it was Tim Kennedy who was one of those people. Tim Kennedy. You know who Tim Kennedy is, right?
Who's Tim Kennedy? Is he a Kennedy?
No. Tim Kennedy was once fought in UFC. He was a badass, bro. And he's like he's that like fucking soldier of fortune that they, he's an American.
He's the guy that was on Rogan. He's on that show.
He used to
go to Argentina and shit.
But he's a bad dude, bro.
I know who you mean. I didn't recognize the name, but I remember he was the one that was on Rogan, and they were showing clips from the show. So I actually watched clips of the show, and I think I caught an episode on TV one time.
Bro,
it's very interesting. Some of this.
He says that you give him like 10 guys like himself, and he can wipe out a whole fucking army over there. You know what I mean? Like, because they're bad dudes. So he's a real legit dude. Did you ever you watch that movie Lone Survivor?
Oh, with Marky Mark, yeah.
Did you know that I've been fucking like just because I like all that kind of shit. And my son's intelligent. I watched this whole thing where they said that fucking guy, the one that survived, what's his name? He fucking didn't even shoot one shot, and they think he was a coward that he ran and hid. They actually
not for nothing. I wouldn't be shocked. That's a great point.
They said,
I know the other guys. I mean, like that guy Michael Murphy. He's like the
bad dude.
He was the dude that got and was able to call with the phone.
Axel, that other dude, Axe was a bad dude. They were all. There's actually videos. This is part of the reason why. First of all, they said when they found him, he hadn't shot one fucking bullet. He had full clips. Go Google this, you guys, if you want to check this. The other thing is too, there's videos of the Taliban. The Taliban actually filmed. They said there wasn't 200 fucking. There wasn't even 20. There was like fucking 10 or less Taliban. But they surprised them, and what happened was they were saying that the Taliban videotaped it, and you could actually hear them saying, "Where you go? Stop running!" Like he was running and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they think that he was a coward because even the guy that that Afghan dude that helped him, right?
That he hit him, yeah.
Right, that guy hit him. They brought him back to his country. He wouldn't let the guy tell the real story. There's a whole thing. Do you know that guy to this day? He's here now, and he won't. That fucking lone survivor. I can't believe I forgot his fucking name. He won't. They won't. They don't talk or nothing. He won't talk to that guy. Nothing. Because the Afghan guy has the real story about a lot of shit, and they're saying a lot of that shit that the government made that up to make him look like a hero, but it was the opposite. Because the Taliban video, you can hear them saying, "Where are you running? Stop running!" Like this. Those are his own guys saying it as they were getting shot. Because he was supposedly running away. Where is he? They're going, where is he? No
good. I mean, listen,
Joe,
you sign up for that shit, you're probably not going to get the fuck out of there.
Joe, watch the YouTube. It's fucking sick. I
gotta look into that. Sounds interesting. The real story behind
real story, because they have Taliban videos. The Taliban videotaped themselves on that attack, and they said it was less than 10. It wasn't fucking 200 guys. They didn't kill all these guys, and they were ambushed when they got that that fucking farmer and his kids. They
let them
ambushed. Then they were ambushed. The Americans didn't see them. They were ambushed, and that's why they were picked off quick like that. And they were saying that what's his name ran away. He fucking ran away. You could hear them, the real them, on the Taliban video going, "Where's he going? Get back here!" Like that. And when the American soldiers found him, they found him with he hadn't shot one bullet, not one. They found him with full clips.
Those other guys, I'm sure they fucking probably.
And the Afghan guy, they won't let him tell it. He's not allowed to tell the real story. There's a whole. Listen, don't take my word for it. I was like,
I hear you. You found it somewhere, and
I was like, holy fuck! But it's like legitimate. You guys can Google that shit. That all that shit was a bullshit story.
It was a great movie, and it would be kind of sad if that happened because
I thought so too. I thought like, look at it. This guy was a badass surviving like that. They said none of that shit happened that way. You know what I mean? It was all bullshit.
I'd be shocked, because Hollywood is Hollywood always.
Oh yeah, man, it's crazy. I was like, fuck, man, don't tell me that shit because
I
I
know.
thought this movie was great. They made it look like
a feel good thing, even though the guys died. They went down fucking fighting. They
right.
Manned, outgunned.
But those were his boys, Joe. For you to leave your boys like that, you know what I mean? Like, there's people from their families who are like how dare he fucking, like, he's a fucking coward. He left my brother over there, like that kind of shit. There's a lot, and that fucking that guy that saved him, the Afghan guy, to this day says, you got to hear my story. They won't let him say it. That was American story. It's all you got to read that. It's all over the place. It's like now it's like common knowledge that guy just fucking ran away.
Yeah. No, that's that's fucking
that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
Joe, you know what though? I wanted to ask you a quick question before we go on. Did you I know you watched the news pretty much, right? Like a lot?
Not as much as I used to, but I keep up with it on Twitter.
Did you see those? There's a migrant gang that's like 12, 13, 14, and 15 years old.
With the cops?
They attacked 2 New York City cops. And the leader's a 12-year-old kid. You had to see him. It looked like a little boy. He comes running headfirst into the cops, and the cops know of him because he's been arrested like 20 times. Yes. But because he's 12, they keep letting him go. And now they're saying they got to get this kid because this kid, if he's 12 now doing this shit, you can imagine what he's going to be like.
He's going to be he's going to have a body count on him before he's fucking 21, bro.
Joe, can you imagine when you were on when you were a fucking NYPD cop? Can you imagine if you had some 12-year-old fucking running? Tell me you wouldn't have fucking kicked that kid in the head, but you can't today.
I probably would have laughed too hard to do any good fucking, defensive, I would have spanked them, put them over my knee.
I know, but they can't do anything, and his kids are savage.
Cattivo, ragazzo.
Arriba, andre.
What's the adage got here? Dave, as usual, had the after hours boring as fuck. Oh no. We need a new guy to control the topic show. Dave always brings up these serious bodybuilding discussions. Well, I mean, I think after hours should be more everything, and because he's got plenty of other bodybuilding episodes, but it is a bodybuilding channel.
I tell him I love Dave. It's not my call, guys. It's not my call. Again, everybody's always saying to me, how come Jimmy's not on and all this shit. I talk to Jimmy all the time. Jimmy's fine. It's just, it's Dave. It's Dave's gig, and
listen, he has to, and also let's say the sponsors sometimes dictate, the direction of different things. I mean, it's just the reality. Fucking money is fucked up right now. So,
well, a few of the guys on there are very starch bodybuilding. I think, you wake up in the morning. Who won the Buckeye Barbell Classic? I gotta check that out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit about that.
Funny you should say that because that's exactly what I said to myself when I woke up this morning. Watched my balls. I did the little roll, the scrotum roll. You don't hurt it too much when you need to cut your nails. India attacked Pakistan. I did see that. My son was telling me about it. 9 big missiles, just like Israel into Gaza. Did you guys see that? Yes, I heard that there was an attack and a retaliation attack. And they were trying to. I saw a headline on the news when I was at the gym before. They said that there was like the Indian. It was like a militia or something. It didn't seem like it was the official military, which doesn't make sense if they're.
But you know what, Joe, that was like watching 2 gay guys fight in high school when they both be like this and throwing fucking. I mean, I picture India against Pakistan. Wow, those are 2 powerhouses. Like, hey, stop. Quit.
India and Pakistan. Yeah.
You see 2 gay kids in high school, they fight like this over the same guy or something.
Oh, yeah.
Bring their hands and shit.
Yeah, the little slappies.
I mean, India and Pakistan, really. India, all they have to do is fucking take bottles of their water and just throw it over the fucking, over the border. That shit's toxic over there.
Yeah, let's throw some of their food.
You know what the funniest thing, Joe? I dated an Indian chick. She was so hot. She was skinny. I like them like bony, So she looked like she had anorexia, which turns me on. But that fucking girl couldn't speak a word. Like she had the words like, "You be at my house at 3:30." Yes, you know what I mean. And I remember one time asking her like, "How do you say like bottle in in Indian?" And she'd be like, "I don't fucking know." And I'm like, "What do you mean you don't know? You can't even speak good English. What the fuck?" And she goes, "Yeah, but I learned bad English from my family, and I didn't go to school here. So, all like their parents like homeschooled her, and they'd be like, "This is bottle, take the bottle, and take the fucking pre-work." So she learned how to speak like that. Like she spoke to Joe the worst English, but couldn't speak a word of Indian. I thought that was like the most what? Like
with the accent, you would figure that would be her first language.
I would ask her, "How do you say this?" She goes, "I don't fucking know," and I'm like, well, what the fuck? You can't even speak good English. But that's because my family told me they homeschooler. I don't know. I don't learn what they tell me. And I'm like, oh, God.
All right, suck my dick. Yeah.
Dude, she was fucking.
That's what you were doing, Toots. Greg, Loho has a question for you. Do you remember Gunnar Rosbo?
Of course I remember Gunnar Rosbo. He had one
forearm.
But he had one side of his body was like really a lot smaller because he had like a pulled fucking nerve in his neck. Do you remember that, Lo? If you remember Gunnar Rosbo, you'll remember that. He had that fucking one side was bigger than the other because he had a bad fucking pinched nerve or something in his neck.
That
Google
fucking
that.
sucks. That's Greg, do you have any candy nearby? RB wants to know. Is that in case you have
I don't. I don't like candy. Like I'm not a candy eater, but I think you might be talking about because I did a video because I hit low blood sugar every once in a while. And I'm diabetic.
You got to do something quick,
right? Yeah. So I have it in my gym bag just in case, And I have guys telling me, "Well, you should eat carbs." You know what I mean? Because before you work out, I do have carbs before workout, but in anticipation. But I like train a lot of sets, a lot of reps, and sometimes I go,
you drain it
that day. Yeah,
that's gotta be tough, man. I'll give you credit for fucking being able to deal with that because I see my wife just dealing with it on a daily basis, just between the meals, and you got to take it before how much. Oh, we're eating macaroni, so she'll take more.
Yeah,
on Sundays. So it's like it's a science.
You know what? I don't know if your wife knows this, but like macaroni and shit. Okay, us Guineas, us New York Guineas, we call it macaroni. If you're like a Guinea from like Ohio or something, you're like, that's pasta. But basically, we're talking about spaghetti or pasta. But the macaroni doesn't. What happens with the blood sugar with that is it doesn't hit you. Even sometimes certain breads doesn't hit you for like 2 hours. So in other words, even if you took it after an hour, you're like, well, my blood sugar is pretty good. And then 2 hours later, it's fucking to the ceiling. But what goes up must come down. So sometimes I'll eat something that'll bring me up here. And then if I take the medicine and everything, I don't anticipate it fucking drops like really low.
You feel like shit.
Yes. Right? And if your wife's diabetic, right, Joe?
Yeah. The whole house. Diabetic. All of my 2 children and my wife. I'm the only
okay. Oh shit. So that's tough.
They got it as they got older, into their early adulthood. They got it, unfortunately.
Well, you know what the problem is with diabetes is that you can go hypo easy too, and that can kill you. You know what I mean? Like if you guys want to kill yourself, you know what I mean? It take a fucking full syringe. I shouldn't even say that because I'm just saying people have done things like that.
Yeah.
You understand? They take a syringe of insulin.
Motor oil guy. Gregg Valentino died. His picture was on the paper.
Remember that? Holy shit!
So my God.
One of them places, and they misread the way it was. They didn't interpret it.
Oh, that's so fuck. I mean, it's like it's silly fun. I feel bad for the poor guy that it was really about, but it was just funny. No, that means dead. That word. I looked it up, and it's Greg.
That was funny. The biggest I'm sorry, Joe. The funniest thing about that is what you guys is that when that happened like a long time ago when Get Big was the big thing, getbig.com, whenever it was on that shit. And I remember there were people in there, fuck that piece of shit. Fuck him, he's dead.
You got this.
So you get to see what people really think. Like, can you imagine if you were at your own fucking funeral wake and you had people over there laughing, having a good time?
That's scumbag. I wish I borrowed money from him,
That's what happened. I'm sitting back and I see the same guys sometimes would be like, dude, love it, bro. Fuck what everybody says. And then they're, when they think you're dead, they're like, fuck him. He was a piece of shit, all this other shit, And then
you see the real person behind that. Well, I would never say that at your funeral.
Thank you, Joseph. I know you would.
I would wear this shirt too.
Oh,
there
shit.
It is.
There it is.
There it is. It's also on the little thing.
I gotta get that. I have it in the back.
There it is.
I gotta get that too.
Issue. Greg is on the first, and he was on another, and
yes,
maybe do a third.
It was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great, man. The second one was cool with the black and white and shit.
Yeah, the second one was cool. I had the MSM shirt and I was like this.
A little fuck with the glass breaking behind it. Yeah, that was done up nice. Kanye literally released a song dedicated to that guy in Germany, in Deutschland. The Deathsco with the funny mustache. He also wears a chain pendant. So Kanye, like, he's really bots, bro.
Oh my God.
I don't think it's an act. I really think
no, he's really no, it's not an act. He's really got issues.
He's weird. So I know he's over the years had things with fucking, you know, being a fucking anti-Semitic.
Well, dude, not for nothing, but he was with Kardashian. So was fucking Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jenner was like I idolized him growing up. Remember when he won the Olympics? He was built and shit. The fucking unbeatable Russian. He actually sparred with Muhammad Ali. He could have he had a chance to be a quarterback in the NFL, but chose instead to go, like, you know, concentrate on winning the decathlon, you know, in the Olympics. And now after dating a Kardashian, he's walking around with high heels and he's fucking Caitlyn. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what do you think happened to fucking Kanye? You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Dude, don't date a Kardashian. Trust me.
Yeah, that's a good point. Look at that, you know, and a lot of those basketball players that could be as well.
It's fucked up.
Luttrell, he goes to podcast. Is Marcus Luttrell the guy?
That's the guy, Marcus Luttrell. Listen, if you're bored, whoever wrote that, just go Google the truth about Marcus Luttrell and Google that shit, and then watch some of the YouTube videos. See, even watch the actual Taliban video of them shooting at those guys. There's an actual video. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. It's amazing.
I see this now.
And you hear them go, Marcus! Where's Marcus? Marcus! Get back there! And you can hear,
come back here, you fanoik. Yeah.
Dude, read about that whole thing, and then read about him with the Taliban guy. Not the Taliban, the Afghan that saved his life. Yeah. Read about how that guy has the real story, tries to tell the real story, and Marcus is like, shut the fuck up. He won't even talk to them. And they both live in Texas. Google what you'll fucking hair would fall. You'll look at and if you see that movie again, you'll be like,
this guy put his family's life on the line. If they caught him hiding him, they would have fucking shot that whole crew. Yeah, his kids, his wife,
yes.
They fucking massacred that fucking family.
But that's why the families of those guys that were killed with him are not too happy with him.
I wouldn't be. I'd be fucking.
They said he ran away. They said he ran away. When the American soldiers found him, he had not shot one shot. And it wasn't 200 fucking Taliban against like fucking 5 guys. Or 4 guys, whatever the fuck it was. It was literally like 7 or 8 of them. I think it was less than 10. And what it was is they ambushed the Americans. They didn't even know what happened. They just came up on them and just started shooting. They didn't have a chance.
You know what? If he told the real story, would anybody like not blame it, whatever, but just be like, it was a fucking massacre. We got fucking killed. I was fucking hiding behind a thing. I got away, and I was lucky enough to fucking this guy hit me. There was nothing we could do. No, but to go out and try to make yourself look heroic from it.
Well, he's saying that he's basically blaming the government, saying, "Well, they told me the story."
Them in a hornet's nest.
You understand? Yeah. Like the government backs his story. They made it up because they don't want it to look like, you know, we stuck these guys in harm's way. 100%
see that. Same thing when fucking Pat Tillman got killed, the football player.
Oh yeah, man.
In Afghanistan too, they made up the whole story, and they said the Taliban killed him, and it was friendly fire.
He was shot by one of his own guys.
Yeah, I mean, mistakenly, obviously, it wasn't. Yeah. You know,
was it that they didn't like him? I don't know. There's a whole fucking thing about that too. You got to look on. You got to try to Google the real story of Pat Tillman.
But anything that comes out of that little thing called DC, Trump, there's enough of people in between that could fucking change. I don't believe a fucking word out of that fucking place. Trump
oh my God,
is obviously a better, in my opinion, to get shit out normal. But anything that happened before his time, I mean, he can only go by what's on paper there now. You know,
it's funny you say that because I just was watching a thing where they're like, you know, release the Epstein files. Like the people on the left, release the Epstein files. You know why you don't want to release the Epstein files? Because Trump is afraid that first of all, there's pictures of him with Epstein, right? There's pictures of me. I got pictures of me with fucking celebrities. That doesn't mean I fucked them. First of all. Second of all, of course he knew Epstein. Epstein was from New York, and he was a big businessman. They all knew each other. Third of all, and this is the big one, don't you fucking guys think that if there really was, like, here, look, aha, you know, we got the proof right here. Don't you think that Letitia James or fucking anybody, Biden administration would have said, yo, he was at Epstein Island. He was with girl X. Let's bring all that shit. They would have buried him. If they had dirt on Trump, they would have buried him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've been trying to, and they keep striking out. If they had something, that's why
they would have used.
That's why he's there, because they never had anything really solid on
100%.
Bullshit.
That would have been the holy grail. They would have been like this. We have proof he was on Epstein's Island. And he was not on Epstein's Island. You ain't knew him. So what? There's photographs of him. You know what I mean? There's photographs of me and Joe. We weren't banging each other. You know, not that I remember.
That was that one time. I mean,
just that once.
We
flew each other, but that doesn't count as banging. But no, but I'm saying, like, these people, they look at like, oh, the reason why Pam Bondi's not releasing those files is because of Trump.
Yeah.
First of all, he's the one who wants them released. Second of all, you fucking momos, if they had dirt on him, they would have used it during Biden. Hillary would have used it before Trump would have never been president.
10 years ago. Yeah, he would have never been able.
She would have used it. She would have fucking used that shit.
Even if there were people on Epstein Island, it doesn't mean that they were doing pedophilia shit. I bet you there's a ton of celebrities that were there that weren't part of this clan, this little.
You know who used to go there?
Unit, you know.
You know who used to go there, Joe? What's his name? Oh fuck! It just escaped me. It's the famous lawyer, fucking Alan Dershowitz, right? He used to go there with his wife and children because him and Epstein were buddies, and Epstein would say, "Yeah, just go to the mansion. Here's the keys. Go fucking fly over there. Here's the plane. Go." And he would go over there with his wife and kids. Okay, so not every time. It's just like not every time fucking Puff Daddy had a fucking, or whatever his name is. Yeah. It's not like every time he had a party, there were like people fucking each other and shit. Right. That's all bullshit. You people believe all this shit that's in the fucking news. It's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
There was some shenanigans going on in both of those instances, but not every day, every time.
It was the freak off parties with Puffy. And the other thing is with Jalen Maxwell and all that shit. Basically, she was pimping young girls out. And first of all, let me explain something. I don't mean to sound, guys, listen, I have a daughter and everything. I don't mean to sound heartless, but a 16, 17-year-old girl, you know what I mean? She knows what she's doing. It's just like when you hear these fucking savage kids and shit, they're fucking pulling knives out and they're fucking stabbing. Well, he's underage. You know what I mean? We got to charge him as a youth. Bullshit.
Yeah. He didn't know any better. Yeah.
In fucking other countries, you're 13 years old, you're already fucking father's already hooking you up to get married and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that shit. They know what they're doing, and their parents were in on it. All the shit when everybody said Michael Jackson was doing all these things. I don't really necessarily believe any of that shit.
I don't either.
But I can tell you this. Even if he slept in his underwear with somebody's kids, the parents let him. They wanted that. They dropped them off. You understand?
Looking at money at the end of the Joe,
do you know who exposed parents the best? What was it? Remember Borat, the one where he was gay and he made believe he was like filming a movie, and he brought in all these kids and their parents to like try out for this movie. We're gonna tie this black kid to a cross and we're gonna do this stuff.
And all the parents were down with it.
And the kid there was one kid who was like 4 years old. It was a girl, and he tells the parents, well, how much does she weigh right now? And they're like, I think she's 130, 135. And he's like, can she lose 15 pounds? And they're like, the parents are like, well, you know, we'll get her down. Yeah, we'll get her down there. And I'm like, he was doing that purposely because she's fucking 30 pounds, 35 pounds. She's only 4 or 5 years old. What do you do? You want her 15 pounds? I can never. He wanted to show just exactly how fucking far a parent would go. They don't give a shit. That's Michael Jackson. You know, if he wants to sit around, if you want to touch his little fucking peepee down there, just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're looking at fame and
right. And I don't believe Michael Jackson ever did anything wrong.
I said it back then, and
it might have been a bad judgment call, Joe. It might have been a bad
horrible judgment
around in your underwear. Okay, but I
I don't
believe
think he
did
was
anything sexual.
fucking them, though. I don't
No.
think they were.
I think he was a giant child that said, "Hey, want to go on the rides outside? We could go on a ride." Like that's the way I.
He never had a childhood. He was reliving
Right.
it as a fucking weirdo, whacked out adult. Yeah, I don't think he
Right.
was. I said this when he was on trial back in the 90s.
But the parents
Regis.
put these kids up to this shit. That's all I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, 100%.
Don't kid yourself. And
Yep.
Borat, when he did that whole fucking thing,
That's-
he brought that out. Like when he had all these parents coming in, and he would ask
And
the
they all
most
failed the
outrageous
test,
thing,
right?
and he would be like, "Can they do nude scenes?" And the parents would be like, "Well, you know, he is 3, or 4. You know,
Wouldn't you fucking lay a guy out if he said that to you about your kid at that age?
Yeah, of course. But you know what?
Fucking
That's the whole
up.
thing he's trying to expose, that these parents would do anything. Anything.
Anything
Girl
to
was
get
like 30,
off the
35
stove.
pounds. He said, could she lose 15 pounds? And the mother was like this, like, you know, she was like, and then looks at the husband. She's like, yes, we'll make sure she gets down and weight. Like, she's not going to eat from now till like 6 months.
Scumbags, bro. Scumbags.
Yes.
If you like Tim Kennedy, look up John Shrek McPhee. That was his boss man. Was Tim with Delta? Dude is unreal. Oh, so Kennedy was the guy, the Rogan guy.
Yes, Kennedy is the guy that's always on Rogan. The guy, he's a bad dude. Listen, John Shrek or whatever his name is, he's probably a bad dude. Those birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. All I know was Tim Kennedy fought in the UFC and he beat a lot of guys. He had an incredible record. He's no fucking lightweight. So that's what I mean. I can tell you that any one of those guys, you know, they're bad dudes. He said, "Give me 10 guys like me, and I'll take on a whole army." And it wouldn't, you know, none will be left. That's how elite these guys are.
Yeah. It's a special breed that can do that shit. Dan Beauty 100, awesome stuff, guys. Dan, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. We like to talk about other shit other than bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding.
Who won the Buckeye Barbell Classic? But no. So
Bro, what do we got here? I don't even know. Greg, what is your favorite Ozzy Osbourne moment? Lopo is asking.
Well, I mean, I love
decades of moments.
I love his music, but I remember I could not stop laughing. You know, the kind of laughing where you can't breathe and you start crying and shit, Joe? Do you remember when he was outside and he was walking, I think on a beach, or there was an ocean, and he went out by the waves and it knocked him down, and they were like, holy shit!
I don't remember that.
He couldn't stand up. So they were like, oh shit. He's like, Jared! And he's like floating. The security guys had to run into the fucking beach and jump in the ocean, and they had to drag him out because he was drowning. He just, you know, he walks like he shit his pants like an old man, like fucking 80, and he walks up.
He's fucked up now, yeah. He's got like bad joints and stuff. That's why they're doing their final tour. And I think Bill Ward is actually playing with them on a lot of the original drummer from Sabbath.
I love it. I love
my favorite Ozzy Osbourne moment actually came on the Motley Crue behind the music. I think it was Nikki Sixx was saying it. They were on tour with Ozzy, opening up for him when they first came out. I guess it was like the Shout at the Devil tour, right? Because they were still kind of opening act, and then they blew up after that. And they said, and Motley Crue, they were like fucking junkies. I mean, they partied crazy, just like Ozzy did. And they said they were on a tour bus. I don't know if it was somewhere in California, whatever. And the tour bus was like at a red light. And Ozzy looks out the window and there's like melted ice cream in the, I don't know, on the sidewalk or in the street. And there's a whole bunch of ants eating like this melting ice cream. And he goes, stop the bus. He runs out with a straw and he snorted the ants with the ice cream.
No.
Like cocaine.
Oh my God.
Living little, probably the little black ants.
He must have been like an Italian picking his fucking nose.
But like even this Nikki Sixx was like, that was fucked up, man.
Oh, dude, I'm sure. Dude, he has a billion fucked up moments. You know what I mean? Like I've seen him fall down where he can't get up. You know what I mean? And he got to go. Yeah. But the funniest when he went over to the water and he's like, oh, you know, let the waves hit your fucking shins. But a big wave came and knocked him down and it pulled him, started pulling him out. And he's like, Sharon! He's screaming. The fucking security guys were dragging him out of the ocean, and the water spitting out of his mouth because he was like literally drowning. It was.
So this is like recently that he put the old version of him?
This was when he had the TV show. You know, the Oswald.
No. Yeah, the reality.
Oh my God, dude! But it was real. It wasn't a fake thing because you could see, you knew it was coming because you could see the waves hitting hard,
They were
and he
getting
can't walk,
bigger.
and he's
Yeah.
over there like, "Hey, the water, love the water," and he goes over there to fucking dance and,
Just gonna wet my and
gonna
roll
whip
my
the
back.
whistle. Dude, the best though. He's the best, dude. You know what's funny?
Oh, he's fucking awesome.
I think Joe, you noticed, right? My cousin's Tommy Mottola, right? So my other
Yes.
cousin Tommy Valentino was was the entertainment lawyer for all those guys, and he's the one who actually discovered Kid Rock, and him, he calls him Bob. So he said, he goes, bro. Now my cousin's a straight arrow, you know what I'm saying? So he's over there and he stays over at Kid Rock's house. First of all, he's the one who introduced Kid Rock to Lucia, what's her name there? Fucking barbed wire there. What the hell's her name? Fucking
Pamela Anderson.
Thank you. Yeah, because she knows the story. And he said, he was at a party and Kid Rock was with him and stuff, right? And Kid Rock goes, "Oh my God, that's Pamela Anderson." And my cousin Tommy says to him, "Oh, you want to meet her?" He goes, "Pam, come here. This is Kid. This is Bob. You know what I mean?" And then she goes, "Oh my God, Kid Rock," and they just started making out. And then they got married, I think, after that. But he was telling me that, bro, he goes, I would go, Bob would have me come over to the house. And he goes, I go upstairs because he's got a mansion and I'm going to sleep. And he said, by 2:00 in the morning, the music's so loud. He goes, I have to fucking leave and get a cab. And, Kid Rock could be running outside. Tommy, where you going? He's like, bro, I got to get sleep. I got to be up in the morning. You're fucking over here. You know what I mean? Like, because they're crazy like that,
Yeah. Fucking nuts, man.
That's what happened with David Lee Roth, bro. Dude, David Lee Roth used to wake them up. They would go to bed at 3 in the morning or something like that, right? And they said by 5, David Lee Roth would be banging on everybody's door. Let's go rollerblading. And they're like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Get him the.
He still looks like he's a fucking fun guy to hang out with.
Did you see what he looked like? One day I'm watching, like a year ago, I was watching Van Halen and I hear this guy, and you could dance by the wrecking machine. And I'm like, first of all, that guy can't sing to save us. And it was David Lee Roth. He's got the short hair now. He looks like a fucking. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell happened, dude? What did he do?
He got old. Yeah, the party caught up to him. But he's still cool though. Diamond Dave. Cool.
I've met him. I got pictures of me. And he threw a fart on me. He farted on me, and dude, and he had chaps on over jeans.
He had the chaps on. He used to wear them on stage. Yeah.
Yeah, man. There's a picture of me young with him. And
I think I saw that.
He threw fucking fart on me.
That's fucking funny. Avancha Chatira, I'm fucking your name up, bro. I'm sorry. The Army has, this is a good one, Greg. Army has overhead helicopters which show his thermal body. He didn't help the injured soldier and he was running away without firing any bullets. He came to the podcast, say to empty his ammo. There you go. So this guy saw the same thing, and even something that shows more stuff.
But the craziest thing is the Taliban videotaped it. And they're actually shooting here. And you hear the soldiers go, I'm hit. And then you hear another one go, what? Marcus, where'd he go? Marcus, stop running or something like that.
I got a bus to catch.
You know what I mean? And you could hear them yelling that shit in the forest while they're getting shot.
They're getting killed. You gotta help.
It's on YouTube. Watch the real Taliban video with the, with the lone survivor. It's on there. Joe, you watch it when you're done. You'll be like, holy fuck.
I'm gonna watch it.
And read the comments. That fucking coward. You know what I mean?
Listen, if that's what happened, yeah. Stupa, what's up? 13 hours in Benghazi. That's another.
That's another fuck up.
Secretary of
State. But did you know, Joe? Little sidebar. When they found that guy Axe, he was shot through the eyeball and everything, and they found him. They think he was alive for almost. They found him a week later, and he was like a mile from the fucking site. Google that shit. He was like a mile away. They think he was still alive and was shot and crawled through the woods. The guy Axe, the red-haired guy.
Was he one of the soldiers, right? That were on the roof?
Yeah, he was the one who was shot, leaning up again. He was a badass motherfucker. They said that they found him almost a mile, like close to a mile away from where the actual fight was. They found his body and that he had crawled after being shot, and they think he might have lived a whole week. So while that fucking Marcus motherfucker was running away, that guy was still alive, crawling like this on his. Google about that shit. How they think he might have lived another week. He didn't just die right there with a guy sitting up against a tree like that. He was. They said they found him way past all of that shit. Google
might
that
have been
shit.
able to fucking to medevac them out of there if they had a
That's
shot
what they're
at it.
saying. If they would have known
Yeah.
and shit was right, they could have got him out of there possibly.
Yep. Hugo Claus dated an Indian girl when he was like 17. She was straight off the boat too. I still remember her name. We never banged. I don't think we even kissed. Fun experience though.
You know what's funny?
You have something in common too.
Yes, and you know what's funny? I deserve a medal because when I first met her, she didn't want to even kiss. She was like, "No, we don't do that shit." And I'm like, "Listen, fuck that shit. You're kissing." You know, because my tongue is connected to my dick, and I got to kiss. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
You know? That's like my fucking. You know, not the hors d'oeuvre. What do you call it? The fucking. You know, like the not the dessert. What do you call it, Joe? When you fucking the appetizer. You know what I'm saying? That's my appetizer. Right. I got to kiss, and I started. You know, I started kissing her. And shit. Then the next time, you know, grab a little tit, and then the next time, she comes to the door. She's in her underwear. First of all, she had no tits. She was skinny as hell. But that's fine by me. You know, as long as she has that ass like this, I'm good.
She comes to the door with no underwear.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta pee. My girlfriend took my pee bucket. I'm ready to pee my pants. I'm on Jordan, dude. That makes it worse.
He's gonna pee. Stoofa with another one here. What's up, Stoofy? How the fuck are you? I got this plugged in, so the piano it's not coming through. I was gonna do a little El Duce. You better not mess with the midriff milkers. We're the toughest gang in all of New York. The midriff milkers. I've never heard of you guys. Are you like the orphans were in the Warriors? Who are the midriff milkers? There must be some kind of word. That's the Warriors. They shot Cyrus. I seen them. Shit, man, what the fuck you saying? Do nothing. The Warriors. Maybe Greg had the shit too while he was peeing.
No, I'm coming to pee.
Take your time, bro. Don't come back and have pee on your trousers.
Here I am. Okay, I'm here. Hold on. Woo. I'm right across the house.
He's across the house.
No, you know what it is?
Bro,
I just started.
Pee. Don't worry about it.
I started taking Jordans. I don't know if your wife takes it. That once daily Jordan.
Oh, I seen. Yeah. I don't know if she's on it or not. It makes you go a lot.
You got to pee all the time because that's how it works. It's good for your kidneys and your heart, right? If you're on diabetes.
Yeah.
But it makes you pee all the time because that's how you get rid of the sugar by constantly peeing.
Yes.
Holy fuck though. But when you got to pee, it's from 0 to 100. Like, you know, you could be fine like right now and all of a sudden I got to pee and it's bad. Like when you pee, it's like you've been sitting in a car for like 2 hours and you finally take your dick out and you're like, oh my God.
I hate and love it at the same time because it feels
it's euphoric.
Yeah. Boycotted The Simpsons when they canceled Apu. He was the guy that owned like the 7-Eleven there. Racist that a white guy was. Wasn't what's his name was doing it? That famous actor, and I think he even apologized for voicing the actor as an Indian, a stereotypical Indian accent.
Oh my God!
It's a cartoon, you fucking drone.
Come on, it's all in fun and games. My God.
Keith Allen, New World Muscle. What's up, Keith? Greg, how did you realize you became diabetic after all these years? Good question.
Not for nothing. You know how I realized? Just what I just did, constantly peeing. If you pee a lot and you're constantly peeing, I thought, oh shit, do I have a kidney problem or you know, some sort of infection? And the doctor said, no, you're fine. Your kidneys are good, blah, blah, blah. It's, you know, you might have diabetes. So then I went to the diabetic doctor and sure enough, I had diabetes, you know, but I knew it was coming because it's inherited in my family.
Your father had it.
Right. My father was a type 1 diabetic, you know, with the injections. I'm borderline, believe it or not. I'm type 2, but like sometimes I have to take insulin if they want me to take it if I go over 170, you know what I'm saying, with the sugar.
Oh, so you have it in case
you because otherwise it'll soar. It just go. And dude, my girlfriend will tell you, I don't eat carbs, bro. When pasta is very rare over here for me. So I don't eat carbs. Yeah. I don't eat carbs. If I ate carbs, I'd be fucked.
I tell you, it sucks that you had diabetes, but your conditioning, you really got like fucking ripped, kind of.
Yeah, my legs are shredded.
Change your diet, you know. You followed it. It shows that you're following what the fucking doctor's telling you.
You have to, because you know what? When you're younger, when you guys are younger, you get away with anything. Once you start hitting the late 40s, 50, All of a
shit
sudden shit starts changing. Your mindset starts going, dude, I want to live a long life
starts
here.
changing.
I don't care about being jacked anymore. I want to live a long life.
Exactly, 100%. Here's Avinash again. Greg, if I come to New York and I visit your home as people come for sightseeing and checking out the food, I would rather come visit the museum you got going there and eat your famous spaghetti that Lee Haney ate. That was mine.
The
But
Lee
Greg
Haney
has
pasta.
he has the same recipe that your mom had, right?
Yes, absolutely. The Lee Haney.
You're a good cook. You're a good cook, right? You actually can cook. Yes, there's the famous picture of Lee Haney with the fucking macaroni at the table in your dining room.
It's right here. It's still in the room right here. Right.
I've sat at that dining room table many times. Yeah.
Yeah. Joe sat. I'm sitting right here, Joe, where you sat at the table, like right here on that side.
Okay, I gotcha. Yep.
Where you sat at this side, I was sitting on the other side, and behind me was this Lee Haney. I'm sitting where you sat. Lee Haney's right there.
There's
Lee Priest sat right here next to me.
Garrett, what's the worst thing Joe saw as a detective? My paycheck. Back in the 80s, 25 grand we made.
That's a great comeback, my fucking.
How about the craziest thing? I don't know. The worst thing I saw, I guess, people dying in your arms, or I don't know, suicides. I saw a guy went in the bathtub and fucking with a shotgun blew his brains out. That was pretty fucking, I mean, that was pretty shitty, I guess, one of our own dying was the worst. The craziest thing, I don't know. I've seen some guys jumping on the fucking train tracks trying to run away from us, and just good thing that Crane wasn't coming for us and for him, especially us. Fuck him,
Holy shit.
I saw a lot of crazy things. A prostitute squirting milk out of her tit across passenger side into all the way to the window of the driver's side. That was in broad daylight, no less. Yeah, that was pretty funny. She did it for a cigarette. Yeah, we were in plain clothes. Nobody knew. She knew who we were, but nobody else knew.
I saw a guy killed right in front of me, shot in the head.
Yeah, I remember that.
Shit's ugly, man. That shit's ugly. Seeing dead bodies is ugly. It's scary.
Yeah, I had two guys die in my arms, probably within a few weeks of each other. It might even been like 2 weeks, a couple of weeks. One was an old man with a heart attack, which I felt bad for. And another one was a drug dealer shot in the projects. I could give two fucks because he was a fucking pile of shit.
You shouldn't have shot him.
I felt bad from the old man, because he was fucking having a heart attack, Greg, where does your confidence and gift of gab come from? Garrett wants to know. You do have.
I don't know. You know what's funny? Because I was a really quiet kid. We were just talking about that the other day. I get this stupid chair under my arm here. I was a very quiet kid. I don't know. I guess grew into it. I guess I don't know. Because I don't shut the fuck up. I don't. I really don't. Though. I could talk.
You're in the fucking media. I mean, if you were quiet, then
it's funny because whenever I do the Vice TV Lucia, right? How many times dude, when I do the Vice TV, like when you saw me do like even Hulk Hogan, he's big, tall, tan, blonde. You know what I mean? Like I get sometimes so hyped at his head. Stop, cut. Dude, really? Take it down a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I sometimes get fucking amped and I'm like this. I'll be talking. I did this whole thing. It was called Criminal Lives. It was on a billboard. And it's the stupidest fucking thing, Joe. It's a billboard for the show. And instead, it's a cartoon. And I'm like, but why would you fucking put the cartoon? I told him, not for nothing. I'm not saying it because it's me. But put one of those pictures in where I look retarded on there that people would have crashed their car looking at. It was in Times Square. Nobody looks at that cartoon that's up there. But anyway, so I did that. So I did this whole series. It's with the people from Vice TV, and they're also A&E TV and all this other shit, right? So they had me at a booth, like where they do cartoons, and I'm in a booth and I'm talking and everything. Yeah. And I can't tell you how many times they told me, okay, stop, hold on for a second. Greg, do me a favor, take it down a little bit. Take it down. Because I get hyper. I'm like, fucking, I'm in there and I'm telling the story and I'm fucking like this and I'm all crazy. Okay.
Yeah, that's what a TV for me is, getting fucking into the fucking story that, I don't know. I guess I'll never tell you to calm down, bro. Go nuts. The better, the more, the better. Joe, I just saw a big news story out of England where you are going soon. Did you hear about it? They prevented a major attack by flying carpets. I did see something, Hoog. I don't remember exactly what it was though, but I did see that there was some kind of terrorist act plan that they.
What do you mean flying carpets? What is that?
By the terrorists. He's trying to use code words because if you put certain
oh.
things on here, YouTube will pull you.
That's so ridiculous. So stupid.
It's so lame.
So stupid.
You gotta be a freak. Excellent video maker.
You gotta be a freak. What's going on,
guy's
brother?
fucking awesome, buddy.
Yeah, he's the best.
Great job. Greg, how long was your training sessions and when you were in your 20s? And did you go to failure on each set?
Well, I am a failure, but no. So yeah. I did a lot. Like when I was younger, I could do arms for like 2-3 hours straight. You know what I mean? That's just biceps, then triceps. I did a lot. I'm one of those guys that do a ton of sets. Like John Defendis, right? John Defendis used, would do like 100 sets and stuff. I kind of patterned myself after him because I knew him from when I was young, teenager. And he was one of my idols because he was
the USA, right?
Yeah, he was also a teenager too at the same time I was, but he was like a year or two older than me. And he'd do that Steve Mahalik stuff where you'd be in the gym for 3-4 hours straight. You know what I mean? And no fucking around. You train. And I like high volume. That's just the way I like it. And yes, I do train to failure. I think if you push your body, this is the only sport where I feel like practice makes perfect. The more you go out and hit baseballs, the more you pitch each day, you throw a ball, you get better. Or if you want to play the guitar every day, right? Joe, Joe wants to learn Italian language. If you sat and Joe spoke Italian every day, by the end of the year, he'd be able to like put sentences together and start even talking a little bit of Italian.
Yeah, it's the same
you have
thing like
to do
that
it every day. So I'm a firm believer in practice makes perfect, and there's no such thing as I don't believe in overtraining. I believe in under recuperating, and it's not the same. I know some people say that's the same thing. For me, it's not. If I train a lot, I eat a lot, and I make sure I get the right amount of rest and nutrients and shit.
And everybody has a different threshold.
100%. Everybody's different.
But if somebody says I can't push myself any further, that of course you can. I know I can. I just don't want it at this age.
Oh yeah, when I do that leg press, bro, by like 40 reps and shit, I'll do sometimes 90. Not always, but I try to get 90. But the thing is, when I'm at 40, I'm like, how am I going to do this? In my brain, I'm like, Tom Platz always talks that way. He used to say, I'd be at 30 reps. He said, I'd be in like a total, I'd be like, how am I going to finish this? Like by 40 or 50, he goes, I don't even know where I am anymore. Like my body's just doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just I'm in a different world. You know what I mean? And that's somewhat similar to when I do my legs, it's like that,
Tom Platz is,
I love Tom Platz. I know Tom. He's a good man. He's a really good man. He's out there, but who the fuck am I to talk? We're all a little out
Listen
there.
to this song. This is just sent to me, hot off the press by Hooga Claus.
Dude, I have herpes on a piece of legat. You know what I mean?
Can you hear it? All right.
Yeah,
on the other computer. The piece of legat.
Right. I do. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're not getting no fucking tarantula.
Is that your kid asking for a pet, I guess?
That's Lucia asking.
Oh, Lucia.
She likes fucking tarantulas. I'm like, you're not getting a fucking tarantula. Get a normal pet. We can do. It wasn't Vaseline. She shit all. That's the truth.
I will definitely do something with that. Great job.
Thank you, my brother.
Funny. What are your thoughts on satin? When my wife wears satin panties, I love playing with a cunt right through them. What do you think?
I like satin. I love lingerie. I think when a girl comes out, my girlfriend, once in a while do that. I don't like when a chick though gets in lingerie and just jumps into bed. Walk around, make me fucking, make me want that shit. You know what I mean?
By the way. But of course, I was being silly, Sal. Sal Santanello, come here, Sal. What's your guys' thoughts on statins? That's the stuff with your
I'm on a statin.
HCL or what is that? The
You're talking about like I'm on rovastatin, which is
now what is exactly is that for again? That's for cholesterol.
It's a cholesterol. Listen, you hear all these stories like I couldn't move, it caused chronic pain. It's all bullshit. These are people never worked out that complain about everything.
Fibromyalgia, fucking
Yeah,
made up.
like if you go on YouTube, you see these people like I took a statin for one. I was like, dude, I don't even know I'm on it. It's nothing. I take one Crestor a day, which is rovastatin. That's I take one in the morning and that's it.
And it does its job and it's
fine.
fine.
I got my cholesterol's lower. That and believe it or not, the Fiberlize helped a lot. Once I started doing a Fiberlize, it really went down. Yeah. But because fiber helps. I don't know the mechanism of that, but it's known to do that. So
it's supposed to lower. Yep.
Right. So I mean,
it does.
If you gotta take it, listen to me, you guys.
If you need it. Yeah.
Right. It's not fucking you up and all that shit. Like it's people metformin. Oh no, it's so bad for you, but they'll take berberine. Listen to me. Metformin is like if you talk to the biggest guys that are health, like all these health nuts, the longevity guys, Steve Apri and all these or whatever his name is, something Apri. All those guys, a lot of those guys take metformin.
Yep.
But then you get people like it's bad for diabetes. Anyway.
It's bad. Did I have a fleshlight? And they didn't have fleshlights back then in my Rambo, just drifters. We don't want your kind here when working as an undercover. The only thing that was a fleshlight back then was just a handful of fucking Vaseline or maybe a glove with a little Earl on it. Maybe we could, you could jerk off with that. Joe, you had people literally die in your arms with weeks in between for low pay. Meanwhile, people like Rachel Madcow paid millions per year to lie and deceive. That is true, but I don't, listen, I would take her job in a second. I don't, it's one as, it's two different chaps.
Yeah,
but
man.
She's a piece of shit anyway. AJ, what's going on? AJ,
what's going on, man?
AJ is like Stoof. He's from the UK. Oogs, what's up, bro? How's the weather? England weather. It's heating up. Oogs, nice on the weekend. We got a nice day over here in New York, right?
Yeah, about time.
It's sunny by me.
It's getting a little cloudy right now here, but it's definitely. I'm sick of rain every day.
Yeah, we had like 4 days. It was a lot of rain.
Yeah, don't you wish you could blame somebody for that? Like fucking Trump, man. Why is it raining again?
Yeah,
dude, I love you, but come on, stop making it rain.
Yeah,
I'm making it rain.
Greg, what would you say is your most stubborn muscle you had to work harder than others for growth?
Chest.
Good answer.
Chest.
No nary any hesitation. I'm kind of fascinated, for lack of a better term, you couldn't have the morning after pill when you were young, Joe. Well, guess I'm not. I'm happy I utilized them for my own good. So you had the luxury of having a morning after pill. I mean, I was kind of careful. I had a lot of friends that used to bang broads and come in them all the time, like girls that they weren't. I never did. It was like an accident if I did.
Joe, I can control my cum. Fucking dude, I say she's got a mouth, she's got an ass. Use another hole. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get girl. That's the whole fucking idea. Listen, you guys control shit, right? You tell the girl you want to get laid, and you're fucking, your period's coming, and you're ovulating. Fucking get on, flip upside down, and let me take that ass. That's all. Just don't always have to fucking. And can't you control your cum?
Pull out.
If I come, I pull out and fucking shoot it all over her fucking face or belly, whatever. I don't have to fucking come inside her. Shit,
I like when the girl does the jerk for you. You pull out and just slap it on her fucking belly, and
or you stick it right in the mouth. You just stick it in her mouth. And
that's even better. Yeah, I probably have at least one little shit running around now if it wasn't for those pills. Well, you know what? Hopefully, I don't. Is there a statute of limitations on telling the guy that? I don't think so.
No, you'll get some 15-year-old kid one day, Daddy, and you'll be like, wait. You got to take the test. Then your wife wants to leave you because you fucked some girl 15 years ago. She didn't know about it. Then you're really fucked.
Fucking That's why I just masturbate a lot. I
That's
can't
it.
have babies with my tissues. Greg, can you explain your theory behind trannies today being a cross-dressing fetish taken too far? I
I
agree.
do believe that. I believe exactly that. I will show you a
We
tranny
used
that
to
you
call them
guys, if you
cross-dressers,
wouldn't
right?
fuck her, you're gay. Okay. But that's a real tranny. You would never know. But these cross,
Yeah.
like, them, why did Bruce Jenner at almost 70 years old decide, I think I'm a woman. You know what I mean? Like, you don't do that shit when you're fucking 70. It's something there is true transgender girls out there. If you want, Joe and I will do a show and prove it to you. Okay. But the thing is,
Guy or girl, right?
no, I'll show you, Joe. I'll send you one right now, and you'll be like, dude, I'm married right now. 2 seconds, and you would never know. Okay. But what you see on videos is a totally different ballgame. And these guys who take cross dressing too far, it's that fucking
Yeah.
Rachel Levine and disgusting, filthy shit like that. You
Like
don't. It doesn't
comedy.
work like that. And no tranny that I know, right, that looks legit and all that stuff. None of them had parents like, I think you're a girl.
Yeah.
No. Most of them, the parents didn't want that shit. Actually, they were rejected by the parents. Number one. Today, you get all these mothers. Look at Robert De Niro, that disgrace. All of a
Oh,
sudden.
that thought is disgusting. That thing that was on.
But I mean, like, are you shocked? He's so liberal and so woke. First of all, he only dates
Did
black
that
chicks.
to himself.
Okay, now listen, if you like black chicks, that's fine. I've been with black chicks and everything like that. My ex-wife's mulatto. But here's the thing, okay? I mean, my children are quarter black. Here's the thing, though. If you're gonna go black, go hot black. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do a Halle Berry or something like that. Don't be over there fucking Tukey Smith. I think that's the mother of those kids. She looked like fucking buckwheat or farina. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking, you know what I mean? Like, what you got there in the crack of your ass, motherfucker? If you're gonna go with that shit, then Jasmine Crockett or something like that, then get the hell out.
Oh, that's trash.
Yeah, man. If you're gonna do that, that's what he likes, though. He likes that shit. And his kid, his kid is and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not legit. That shit's rare. Do you understand? It's a rare thing. There's not, true transgenderism. It's a rare thing. Today, it's like, I think I'm gonna be a girl. What the fuck,
Yeah.
I mean, God bless him. I don't want to talk shit about him because you could probably kick my ass anyway. But Matt Kruk, he became Janelle or Janae or Janae, whatever. Great powerlifter, monster, badass motherfucker. Could does jujitsu, could fucking, bench press a house and everything. But I think that sometimes it's because then they're non-binary. Well, today I'm kind of feeling feminine, and tomorrow I'm kind of feeling masculine. I just don't know about all that shit. I don't believe that. I've been around that shit a long time. You know what I mean? Because I'm from New York, bro. You people from Cornstalk, USA. Go to the clubs and shit.
In the clubs in Manhattan, that's where all the fucking freakazoids shit started.
I mean, come on, But
same struggle like at the pump with chess. AJ is with you on that. He agrees. Ron Jeremy. Ron Jeremy is an ugly man who fucked a lot of pretty girls.
Did he just die or is he still alive?
I think he's still alive. I actually have his phone number. I believe it's still in my cell phone.
Oh, that's right. Did you do a show?
We were to do an interview with him. We was trying to set it up when we were doing all the celebrities, and I called and I actually got him. And the agent said, "Tell him I gave you the number." And I did. And he's like, all right, can you call me, tomorrow or whatever? And I tried, left him a message. He didn't get back to me. I felt stupid calling him a million times.
You know what you should have said? I got some lines of coke here that need to be sniffed. And he'd be like, let me call you. Where do you live? I'll be right over.
Let me get to the airport. I got to admit, I've been a gambler with that, going raw. Going raw is one thing, but as soon as you feel like that load is about to come out, pull out and fucking start fucking spraying.
Stick it in her mouth. Just pull out and just jam it in the mouth and let it gurgle on it.
If you don't shoot it in there's no mistakes, even raw or not. Have you been spying on the initiation rituals of the midriff milkers? If you reveal this like the mafia, you will burn like the cod, like a saint in hell. The midriff milkers is the street gang in New York. He's telling us. We still need the Delt vid. The infamous Delt.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's become like a cult fucking thing.
I know. I don't think guys even give a shit. I'll make a Delt video, throw it out there, get like 2,000 views. I'm like, where are you motherfuckers? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny though. I want black too, Greg. I had to take what I was offered though. Don't worry, it wasn't time. I did this now, but see one of them in public, I can think back and be like, at least they're good for. Oh,
No, listen, I was with some hot black chicks. I'm not gonna lie, they were really good
there
looking.
are plenty hot ones. Yeah,
Yeah, there's some hot ones, but
other girl.
Robert De Niro doesn't like that. He doesn't like hot ones. He likes like, them busted ones. So I don't know. There's busted in every race. It doesn't go by. Busted
Yeah.
is non. It's non. It's with everything. You know what I'm saying? You find some hot. There's hot fucking Italian girls. There's ugly Italian girls. There's hot Spanish chicks. There's ugly Spanish chicks.
That ones. Yeah. I fucked a lot of fat, ugly Italian girls at bars. I watched the doc with him recently, with all the charges he was facing against dementia. Is that Ron Jeremy you're talking about, AJ? He has dementia?
I think he is. I think Ron Jeremy has dementia, but I don't know if it's dementia or just like really bad fried brain from drugs. To be honest,
he had to be partying his fucking balls.
Yeah, to all the drugs, you can't live like that. You know what I'm saying? It's bad.
It comes back to haunt you. Peptides. Are you a peptide guy?
No. I don't do any peptides. Let me see if I ever. What would be a peptide that may? I don't think I've ever tried any peptides. The only thing I've done, I've tried a SARM. Let's see. I'm good friends with Tony Huge. He gave me some shit. What the
IGF-1 or anything like that?
No IGF, none of that shit. I never tried it. I never did growth hormone. I'm not into all that shit. Growth hormone it scares me because if you have cancer cells in you and you do that shit, you're fucked. But
not even knowing,
SARMs is I've tried SARMs, Ligandrol, and he gave me that MK677. But the problem is that shit stimulates your appetite and everything. And the last thing I want to do is stimulate my appetite, so I didn't take it.
Oh, yeah.
I did take the Ligandrol. I remember, it worked pretty good. But I wouldn't fuck with that stuff now.
I hear you, bro. Garrett, before Jerry died, he was making videos warning us about how dangerous pre-workout and energy drinks. So I said there'll be more deaths in the next few years because of that. Thoughts. I do remember that video, Jerry, man. Yeah.
Yes, but listen to me. I can go buy a Bang, right? Bang energy drink, or even drink like the pre-workout here. I don't drink it all day, and I don't drink the whole thing. I sip it, even when I'm going to train. I'll take 2 sips and I'm good. You understand? And if I need more, I'll take another 2 sips and I'm good. I don't sit there and drink the whole fucking thing because once it's in you, it can't come out of you. So then you got to ride it out. You understand? So I don't like that. I take the energy as needed. I sip it. That's it.
That's why I like having espresso, because you're sipping these little, even if you get the dopia, right? The longo, right?
Yeah, but as long as you're sipping it, Joe, but if you just bang it down, you're fucked.
Yeah. Seriously though, whenever I see some article involving protesting muds or something like, obviously it's then like, I remember that day I banged that one girl and always annoys me less. There you go, because she was of that ilk.
Dude, I liked some of them girls. There's some pretty girls, man.
Yes, there is no such thing as somebody too much of something other than if it's the opposite sex to suck a dick. Because even a big fat ugly bitch, man. If I'll close your eyes. Sometimes I look at. I'm enjoying how fucking nuts I am that I'm getting off on this pig blowing me. I want the lights on.
I can't. She'd have to have the most amazing face on the planet for me to even consider, and I couldn't do it. I'm the opposite. I find out anorexics.
I don't mind it. I never did. I like all fucking boys. I guess
I like anorexics, man, like a human skeleton type shit. I love that shit.
What about Rain? It's like Monster with BCAAs. Rain energy drink.
I've drank all of them, but whatever Dollar Tree decides to sell that day. But the thing is, I buy them. I buy them and it just sip. Even the pre-workout. I got the Swole right here in a fucking bottle. I also threw in some lemon flavor, not lemon, pineapple flavor. It's like comes in a sleeve just to make it a little more, citrusy. Even though I don't really like sweet stuff, my girlfriend likes it so. But whatever. Here's the thing. I sip it. Look, there's the bottle. That's how much I've drank. I just sip. Look here. If I'm gonna use a little, okay.
Yeah, you're not.
Right. I feel how that feels. Right. That's it. How do I feel? I mean, if I need it a little bit more, then I'll take another sip. Right.
Yeah.
I'll take that to the gym with me, and by the time I come home from the gym, it's maybe down to here. And again, this is the Swole one. This one.
Swole
Down to
Life,
here.
baby.
What's that?
Greg and Swole Life, baby. MSM
Swole
50,
Life, baby. The Swole
15%.
Life.
Greg and Joe, did you guys try the original Ultimate Orange and Jack? Me, Dave. I know you did.
Yes.
I don't think I had Ultimate Orange, but I had the Jack.
I think I had both. I think I had the Jack
Oh, you
drinking
did,
too.
yeah.
I've had all those things. You know, again, I'll say it again. If this was Ultimate Orange, okay, I would drink a sip or two as I'm going to the gym, and maybe another sip when I get in if I feel I need it. And then as I'm working out, if I feel like I'm getting a little low, I'll just take another sip or two. If you drink the whole fucking thing, you're gonna go up and then you're gonna come down even harder.
And then you get that shitty fucking, get that.
And then you get addicted to it. Like there's people that drink 4 or 5 of these. When Jerry was talking about that, he means like those 4 Loco things, and you're drinking 5 of them a day. If you're drinking something that's got 700 milligrams of caffeine or 800 milligrams of caffeine, and you just pound that down like it's fucking Diet Coke, it's not good.
Yeah. Anything in excess, but especially shit like that. It's sugary and it's got all of that energy, caffeine. Even it's like drinking too much coffee too. It's not the best thing for you. DMAA. That's like an amino. What's DMAA?
No, that's a dimethyl whatever. Blah, 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 blah. They're all the same to me. They're all energy shit and all that stuff.
It's one of those guy things. Okay.
Yeah, it's all one of those things. All that shit, citrulline, all that stuff. You mix it all in. It's all fine. You know what I'm more into? I like the nitrous oxide shit more. Like even like sildenafil a little bit, like which is Viagra. Go where Steve Blackman's the one who taught me that shit. You take a little bit of that stuff and then go to the gym, and it really opens up. I mean, you really get a good pump.
Blood vessels. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Sildenafil is great. Plus, it's good for the heart. People don't realize that. Like, super beats. We're taking super beats. All that shit, because of nitrous oxide, all that shit's a Viagra knockoff. Like sildenafil, all that shit's a knockoff of that. Because what's the ultimate nitrous oxide, really? Viagra, right? Sildenafil, all that shit. And what that does is for the heart, it was originally heart medicine. And then fucking 89-year-olds were saying to their doctors, Doc, I don't understand this. My fucking dick is like this. I haven't had a heart on since 1944. You know what I mean?
Since I stormed the beaches. Addicted to caffeine and can't sleep. It's crashing. Definitely, that's no good. OG Jack was rocket fuel. Sal is saying. Yep. Well, back then they had less, fucking guidelines. It's a little mentally. I learned by my uncle. He always taught me to find the best in bad things. I agree. There's always a good thing in a bad thing.
There's a silver lining to every crowd.
Another closes. Sometimes 2 doors close in your face, and maybe it's a good day to fucking sit home and masturbate. Then sleep is the best pre-workout. Yes, arginine.
Yes, arginine's also a nitrous oxide precursor. Here's the thing about sleep. People like me, I'm nuts. And it has nothing to do with this shit. Okay, I'm just nuts as it is.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I'm a night owl and I don't sleep a lot. I don't like to sleep. I wish I didn't have to sleep at all. Okay. But when I do, you're talking 4 to 6 hours, like 6 hours of full night. My girlfriend, that bitch could sleep 14 hours and have the audacity to wake up and fucking 3 or 4 hours later say, I'm tired. And I'm like, okay. That's bad.
I'm telling you. All right, fellas. I got to run to the pharmacy to pick up my Sawzul and get some shit to get me over this flu. Maybe some beef soup. Yes.
Wait, you know what you do? Listen, egregious. Listen to me. If you're gonna go to the pharmacy or go to Walmart and believe it or not, Primatine tablets, which is ephedrine. Okay. Now hear me out. They come 2 tablets. I have them. I don't want to run away to the. I have them. Okay, Lucia, give me that fucking red box. All right.
We dating.
Not your red box.
We got Squaw over there.
So listen, right? But here's the thing. Egregious. Listen to me. Ephedrine is actually a bronchodilator. That's what it's really made for. It opens up your lungs. It's ephedrine HCl, so it's the fucking best ephedrine. Is it in here or did I put it in the other one? Here, right here. Look, Primatine. Don't get the fucking.
Oh, it's
like right
Isn't that like the thing for when your nasal congestion?
Right. You should have a little picture of lungs. Here, look, see the little. Wait, can you see? There's lungs. Those are lungs.
It's a lung. Yeah.
Okay. This is actually original asthma medicine. Back in the day when my father was young and everything, if you had asthma, that's what you took. Now, where did I look? They come. Here they go, you motherfucker. All right, now look, my box of goodies. This is what they come like this. There's two. Okay. 2 of them equal 25 milligrams, which is the old like dimetrodine. So to work out, guys would take it. I take a half if I was really fucked up, I'm tired, shot, and I really need to work out, and the energy drinks are just not cutting it for me. I'll take a half of one of these tablets. A half. Actually, 2 tablets are 1 dose. 2 tablets equal 25. So I'm very sensitive. I don't need much. Even like a Viagra, I can bite the corner of it and I'll be hard for days.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, egregious. If you take that, that will open up your lungs and it'll also give you the euphoric feeling. Start with 1 tab first. Always start with 1. You could always add, but you can't subtract. Even though a serving is 2 tabs, try with 1 first. Then you could always add.
See how it reacts.
It will open up if you're coughing up oysters, you know what I'm saying? You're having trouble breathing, you're wheezing a lot, your nose is congested and all that shit. You just feel like, dude, I feel like I was hit by a freight train. Okay? Try it. If you feel like Rosie O'Donnell sat on your face and she wouldn't get up, then try that. Okay. Dude, that's even lesbians.
I don't like that Trump. I'm not sitting on his face. I'm gonna stay in Ireland for another month.
She looks like what the hell's his name? Mike Francesa to me. Yes. But they even talk to say Lee's true to teach and stuff.
Yeah.
Mike Francesa, WFAN. Anyway, so just take that egregious, try it, 1 tab. You'll feel 100% better. You all of a sudden you're gonna feel euphoric. It's gonna, oh my God, I'm coughing up oysters now. I feel good. The lungs are opening up. That's the original. That's the original fucking asthma medicine. So there you go.
Adderall is dangerous because when you try, you never forget, and when you can't have, it's terrible. Dangerous.
Dude, Adderall can't even compare to fucking effect. Adderall's like, I don't know why people make such a big thing. Ephedrine smokes Adderall, and you feel euphoric. You feel good. You'll start solving equations and shit. Wait, MC squared times pi equals 14. You know what I mean? You'll be like, where the fuck is this coming from? Go if you have a fucking test that you have to take that shit. You'll be like super focused, you know?
Yeah, those beta blockers, those college kids. I know.
And I'm not talking about Adderall. I'm talking about
in Chris Bell's movie that had the beta blockers, right?
Yeah, the beta blockers, all that shit.
I think I have the exact same sleep settings as Greg, at least when it comes to soundproof in the bedroom and dozing off on the couch, but then you can't sleep when you're actually in bed. That does suck when you fucking fall asleep on the couch and you're too lazy to get up to go to bed and you finally do it and you're fucking That's
the worst is when you're tired all day and at any moment during the day you're like, I can just sit here and just start nodding off. And then when it's time to go to bed, you're like this.
Yeah.
The little crickets going. And you're looking around,
you're looking at every corner of the fucking.
Me and my girlfriend have so many fucking sound machines and the TV on static. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those.
That's when Lee Priest and Jimmy DeBow were in my bedroom, and Jimmy's like, "Larry," and Lee's like, "Shut up, I'm sleeping."
Coffee and good food for me. I like coffee. I like good food also. I'm a coffee nut. I love sleeping like a free break from life.
Yeah, but you know what's funny though? Food will make you sleepy too. Like if I went to bed on an empty stomach, if I was fasting, no bueno for me. I won't be able to sleep. It almost like keeps me awake. It's weird.
Really? Oh, okay. So that's the way your body is. Like you got.
Joe, didn't you ever notice? Like after fucking Thanksgiving, everybody's at the table looking at each other with those eyes.
Oh, you're fucking exhausted.
Yeah, you all want to take a nap right there at the table. You know what I mean? Because of fucking all the food you ate and shit. You're like, fuck, I can't eat another thing.
Yeah, true. Yep, 100%. I've got some ephedrine from Canada Forever Fit brand, 8 milligrams.
That's what this is. This is I think 7.5 isn't milligram, but this is legit though. You got to go to. You can get this at any pharmacy has this shit. Go to Walmart. Those cheap. How many milligrams? I can't fucking see without glasses. I don't know. This is like, I think it's 7.5 each tablet, because 2 tablets are 25 milligrams. That's an actual serving. Try 1 though first.
Take 1,
This is better, guys.
2 the next day or whatever.
Go to Walmart. You can get this big box for like $10 or less. You know what I'm saying?
So grab a box. He knows they got it. He broke his high ass fever yesterday. Good. So you're on your way back to the recovery. Hopefully,
if you took that shit egregious, don't take it at night. But if you take it right now during the day and shit like that, all of a sudden you're gonna be like, holy shit, I feel fucking much better. Holy shit, that shit has me feeling good.
Yeah, because you got to clear those lungs out when it has all that.
Your lungs will clear out. Plus, it gives you this euphoric feeling where you feel good. I'm telling you.
Have a good rest of the week, fellas. You too, egregious, and feel better. Egregious. Start that.
I hope you feel better.
You guys like Greek food? I don't really know much about Greek food. I'm not gonna lie. I think I've had it over the years a few times, but I can't start like rattling off dish names.
I like Greek sex. I like giving it up the ass. But the thing is,
ATM. Yeah.
But here's the thing with Greek. Listen to me. I'm a fucking bleach guinea. Okay, that Joe's probably way more liberal than I am when it comes to the Italian food. I only eat. Like, I could go to Joe. This is funny. I can go to the most high-end Italian restaurant. Like,
I know what you're gonna say.
And you know what I get? Spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh, come on.
I can't eat that. Try
patience.
I can't
you
eat
like
that
the
shit.
Fucking plate of gnocchi.
No,
wait,
gnocchi's okay. I like,
I love it.
I'll eat gnocchi because it's such a, and I will when I really want to get funky. I'll have some chicken parm. But other than that, no veal parm because I can't eat the baby calf. No fucking what's that other shit, Lucia? But the fucking the eggplant parm. None of that shit. Can't eat any of that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm very bleach guinea. Plus, I'm not a garlic guy, and I don't like heavy garlic food. And I certainly don't like onions, like, especially if they're raw. No way. I got to pick that shit out of the salad like that. You know what I mean? And no, Joe, really disgraceful guinea right here. No tomatoes, Joe. I don't like eating tomatoes.
I'm not a big tomato itself guy. Like I like the gravy tomato.
Yeah, me too.
But like a tomato on a sandwich.
Yeah, no.
I'm not a big fan, especially if it's too thick. It's like.
And you know what? If you have that sandwich, if they don't make it fresh, if it's been sitting there for when you go to like certain delis, they have a pre-made. It's got the fucking tomato makes the bread soggy. You ever noticed that? Like the wetness of the
seeds.
My father, my sister, my girlfriend will sit there with a tomato, eat it like it's a fucking apple.
I don't know.
Lucia eats the hot peppers over here. She eats them, all day, all night with the fucking.
I'd be burning.
They're right there.
But I'm not a big tomato itself guy.
No, me neither. Me neither.
On the sandwich where I can barely even see it.
Yeah, the gravy and ketchup maybe, but
Marcos, what's up, Greg and Joe? Marcos, what's up, my friend? Thank you for tuning in, of course. Hello, fellas. We got Bush, the dude.
Yes, we do. The Bush. There we go, dude.
1983. It was a very good year. Joe, which whack packer do you think Greg would get along with the best? Has he been informed of Gorilla Ed? Oh, you're talking about our kids' table. I think we were explaining Gorilla Ed. He looks like a Sylvester Stallone with special needs. Does he like a thicker, maybe a Rocky 1 version? Add a couple of pounds, not the ripped Sylvester Stallone, like maybe when he was in the soft porn movie. I don't know who would Greg get along with the best. Maybe Nick, because Nick will just keep asking him questions all day. And then Greg will Nick will just, what do you think about, so sometimes Nick could be entertaining with that.
Where is this? Where would we go to see
on
this?
My Instagram Live. We call it the MSM Family Kids Table. It's usually the guys that are a little.
I got to go there one of these days. I'm so bad with that. I don't even see the Instagram shit. My girlfriend is the one who does that.
What's the thing? Is it true, fellas, that if you eat carbs before bed, it stops your body from producing growth hormone? I have.
That's what I've always heard, but I don't. I try to eat fats before bed because it sits in your stomach longer and makes me feel satiated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat carbs. Carbs stimulate appetite. And yes, it's supposed to stop your growth hormone. I don't want carbs anyway. I'm diabetic, so it's not good.
It's not good for you, definitely, for sure.
Right.
Guys, what's worse, having a piece of legat not working or having to watch the Olympia for 3 hours straight? Piece of legat not working could
definitely.
I'd watch the Olympia for 6 hours straight if I knew after that the piece of legat was going to work fine without taking my dosage of what's my favorite dick pill, Greg?
Jackuloid. Dude, that shit works.
It is the
I'm not saying it. They're not paying me to say this shit. None of that stuff. I'm not saying it. I'm not like sponsored by them or any of that shit. But it works so good for me that I told you I'm very sensitive. I'm so sensitive to that shit, right?
His
Like
girlfriend was running hiding from Gregg.
it was so much. It worked so strong. It was too strong, and there's gel like inside the capsule, so I couldn't just bite him in like a pill. So I actually gave them back to Joe, and well, I said, Joe, these are great, but they're too strong. Like I mean, if the fucking boner and shit that you would get from ejaculate, I actually want to try it again. You know what I mean? I have a different mindset there to try it like this time. But
no problem. They're back on board.
They're unbelievable.
Siski is wonderful. I don't know what that is. Ooh.
What the hell is that?
Siski. I don't know. Hey guys, miss you, Gregg. Looking good. Charlie Arms is back, Gregg. There's your buddy.
Oh, the fake joke.
Asking me Instagram Live. It was Friday or Monday. Why is Gregg mad at the Charlie Arms? What's going on? And I'm like, I tried to explain to them the story.
Charlie Arms is like fucking 80 years old now. I think he's not in great health. And he's
that's not the real guy. I said it could really be a guy named Charlie Arms, but he's portraying this guy that Gregg's told stories.
That's not the Charlie.
This guy
First of all, Charlie Arms wouldn't come on here like that. He would come. It doesn't come on. He's not going to go on anybody's. Not even Dave's, who he knows forever. You know, he's not going to. He's not going to go on a fucking any of these things. Trust me, he's not into all this internet shit. And if he was, he would be like, "Fuck you, fucking," you know. He wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, sweet peppers. I do like sweet peppers. I like hot peppers a little bit, but I get the odds after that. So
yeah, no hot peppers for me. I do like regular peppers, you know, the bell peppers and shit. Okay,
yeah. I like to mix them in. I don't want them too like same thing with tomato. If I don't need to see it, it doesn't have to be all.
But
over
I gotta have them cooked. If I eat them raw, I fucking get the agita. And you know what's funny? Even them, I have to limit it. I like the way they taste, but I get agita from all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I used to love pepper on pizza. It killed me. I had to stop.
I'm a very bleached guinea.
Pepper. Whatever happened to Big Rob the retard? If he ever apologized to you, Joe? No, I think I'm still blocked by Big Rob.
Big Rob? You mean the Big Rob? Yeah, I'm friends with him. He's a good guy. I could probably put the kibosh to that if we talk. And Blue Sea talks to him all the time.
That's fine. No, I'm good. Greek kebabs. Okay, so the shish kebab was the shish kebab. Okay, I do like a shish kebab. That is Greek. I didn't even think of that.
I do like that too, but it can't be. They can't over fucking marinate meat though. It can't be that meat and then later I burp 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours later, and it. Oh Christ! There's that spice that's coming up that was on that meat. I don't like spicy meat. I want to taste the meat.
Gregg should do a dinner series: chicken palms, Lee Haney pasta.
There you go. I'll do it.
Lee Haney pasta. Gregg, I think we'll punch out. We went longer than we were going to go.
Holy shit! Yeah, man. I didn't even notice, Joe.
But we feel that if we do it too long, it's gonna people are gonna start dropping out, and I don't want that. We want more viewers.
Plus, we want you to look forward to it and shit like that. And then we start talking so long, and then our fucking wives get like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah. It's like, what's going on here? You know? And everybody, what are those guys fucking? Making fucking
right here.
There he is, Swole Chad.
Put this in pixie sticks. I'm telling you guys from Swole. Dude, you make these little energy candies, like an energy pixie stick. Get a little sleeves, put them in a little sleeve. Not the like ones you pour in water. Make it sort of good because guys like taking a fucking scoop and throw. You could take this like an energy, like a pixie stick, where you rip the end off and you just pour it down. I guarantee it would fucking work out good. People would love it. It tastes just like a pixie stick. Just like a real pixie stick.
It would be a fucking good
clean energy. Clean.
To the gym. You can just throw it in your fucking pocket right there. So guys, make sure you go to swolelife.com. You can see the way it's spelled right up at the top there. And use the code MSM. Save 15% so they know Gregg and Joe sent you there. We will see everybody in 1 week, Gregorio.
Yes, we will. We'll see you guys next week. And thanks for being here.
Yes, I'm sorry I didn't get to some of the comments at the end. I apologize.
That's okay. Save them for next week. We'll give us something to look forward to.
Let us know. Great job by all. Great questions as usual. You guys are the fucking best.
Thank you guys.
I will. I'll
Giuseppe.
and we will see you guys 1 week from today. Later, boys.
Thank you, guys.